most of what I've done my entire life is study. I have been much more comfortable with my brainy self than my body self. So coming here was really a stretch for me. I stumbled around for the first 9 months or so, trying to learn dance through what I was good at, which was my verbal, brainy self. And it took a long time and a lot of encouragement from Paula and from Posai to relax and let loose. And as I began to release my brainy self, I became more comfortable with my body self and began to let my flair loose. This is a flair that had been repressed for a long, long time, probably since I was a little girl. And to be able to integrate the brainy self that I use for 90% of my life, and that gets me through my day and gets me through all the crises that I have to manage, and to be able to have a couple of windows a week where I can feel feminine and I can feel and remind myself that I'm a girl, and where I can get in touch, with the flow of my own being, is a relief for me. Sometimes when we're stuck, we can't work it out in words, and we can't work it out even talking about it. Now, for me to say this, being a psychoanalyst, sounds kind of heretical, but we've found that in post-traumatic stress syndromes, which, as I mentioned in my book, in post-traumatic stress syndromes, when it's life shouldn't have done this to me, or you shouldn't have done this to me, or I shouldn't have done this, that's all trauma. Some of the things that work better are not even talking about things, although certainly that's maybe half of it, but bodily things. Because bodily things change brain chemistry. And brain chemistry gets programmed in a memory circuit, and that has to be interrupted by brain chemistry. And endorphins, or various serotonin chemicals, have to be released in the brain to undo, I'm going to call it toxic brain chemistry. That's really not a very sophisticated term. But meditation, yoga, dance releases different brain chemistry. I tease Posai, hypnotize me, hypnotize me. He laughs at me, but there is something about the music, the release in the transcendent moment that has no memory in it. When you find, it doesn't happen right away as soon as you walk on the dance floor, but it takes a little while, which is why I like to have double sessions. There is something about your brain chemistry that changes, and I think when you have gone through traumas, either something that life has done to you, something that you have done, something that you can't forgive, something that you can't forget, changing your brain chemistry really helps.